Hey guys, welcome back to episode 38. And this is part 2 of Animal Crossing. It's late at night, 10, 11 o'clock. And now we're just gonna do a few little things, and then we're gonna do stuff. So we're gonna go see Aurora, and then we're going to take care of that lamp, because I saw that lamp earlier today, and I can't believe I didn't take care of that earlier. But anyways, oh, there's a special item right there. Nook is asleep, so I don't know. Can't really do very much with Nook. Anyways, let's see. I'll talk about Survivor first, and then next episode, tomorrow's episode, I should say. I'm going to be talking about Survivor. I mean X Factor. I mean, so Survivor now, X Factor later. So, anyways, Survivor's episode this week was the best episode in a long, long time. I I felt like I wasn't bored at all. The time just flew. The last couple of episodes really have been just boring. I don't feel like there's not enough stuff happening. But today I can finally say that there was. It was basically the Cochran show yesterday, because he basically was talking most of the confessions and all that stuff. Um, and I think that overall, the move was Keith got voted out. I was not surprised by that, because I already knew that Keith was going home. So, it's not a surprise for Keith to go home. But it was surprising to see how it went down, because they don't really, the person who said it didn't really explain like how it happened. So I really like that aspect. I want to see how it goes down. I thought it was a decent move. I really don't understand though. There was a lot of dumb moves though tonight. Tonight's episode. One of the biggest moves, errors, and it really started out at the very beginning with the Redemption Island challenge. I mean, Ozzy was a horrible actor. I don't think I don't agree with, if you're going to give out a lot of information, you got to say information in a very confirmed, a small amount of time, and say very little too, because the less you have to go on, the less you have to judge on, the harder it is to judge whether it's a lie or fact, and it was so obvious to me that Ozzy, it's so obvious to me and so obvious to everyone else that Ozzy really over dramatized everything, that I could tell he was lying. I don't even have to try really that hard, and I would have known that he was lying. He was a very bad liar, and it really started off wrong. So the plan failed as soon as he started talking. So. Really, Ozzy was really dumb this episode. I don't really understand why Ozzy did the things that he did. He decided, I need to get the 8-ball shirt for Aurora. But, yeah, his move was dumb. His talking was dumb. That was the dumbest thing of the episode. And as far as the move to give Whitney the idol, I don't really understand that. I would have given it to Keith, or I would have given it to Jim. One of the two people that I think are the most in danger of going home. Particularly Keith. I would have given it to Keith. I don't know. I just feel like they were really, that was really dumb to give it to Whitney. Whitney doesn't do anything special. Why should she get it? They wouldn't vote for her. And even if they do vote for her, then she'll be safe, So there's no point in giving Whitney the idol. I don't see any justification for it. Keith, I can see it. Jim, I can see it. And even Cochran. The interesting about Cochran's situation is, I don't know whether or not I think the problem with Cochran moving over is he did not want the picking rocks, And if that really was his problem, why didn't Ozzy maybe give Cochran the idol and save him? Because when they go to the drawing rocks part of the night, if they actually do go to drawing rocks, everyone who's not immune has to pick rocks, you know. So if Cochran's really worried about getting voted out by a purple rock or whatever color rock it is, then maybe he should just not pick rocks, you know. I don't really understand why they didn't think of that, you know. And have Whitney and Jim do the picking, you know. That would have been fine. They were those two were perfectly fine, you know. It's not an obvious move to give to the idol to Cochran, but if Cochran really got the idol and he was safe, I think it would be harder to justify a flip-flop than it is if he doesn't have the idol and he's going to be in trouble, you know. So I really, really didn't like Ozzy's move at all. It didn't make any sense. It was the worst person to give the immunity to. I think Jim said it was an awful move, but then Ozzy went along with it. Like, there was no confrontation. So it was awful. It was awful. Yeah, terrible move. And Cochran's move, you know, to flip-flop on them. You know, the vote went 6-6. 6 Keith, 6 Rick. Fine, you know. And then the vote after that turned 6 Keith, 4 Rick. You know, so I think that was a very interesting. I think that was a very interesting move, and I think that's the way I would have done it too. You know, make it seem like that they are actually it's gonna work, and then don't work. You know, it was, you know, Coach's team. You know, surprisingly, Coach's team, there was hardly nothing about them this whole entire week. You know, Coach, there was a little bit of that stuff. You know, I think Brandon surprisingly was quiet this episode. I enjoyed it. It was not that irritating like as he normally is, so I was okay with it. But anyways, that was pretty much how the episode went. Cochran's move, I think, was more in favor for me as a right move than a wrong move. The good side to it moving is that he takes out the people he doesn't like and that he doesn't want to see win. You know, fine. You know, I think that's a decent move to make. I think if you're worried about the purple rocks, then I think that's fine too. You can get rid of the purple rock idea. The only problem is, you know, and then in terms of people saying 6th or 7th, now instead of being 6th, he's now 7th. That's not true. I mean, I honestly don't see any difference between 6th or 7th because 6th or 7th, does it really make a difference? Do we really remember those 6th or 7th place finishers as well as somebody who's, you know, maybe, you know, higher up? Not really. Not for the common person who watches this a lot. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought it was a really good episode, and we'll see you next week. So, see you guys next time for next episode. Bye.